Every day, countless confrontations unfold without a single witness. Most of them end very quickly. Not because the distance is too great, but because the opportunity appears for only a moment. And not everyone recognizes it in time, until everything has been decided. The wild boar suddenly freezes, its snout still covered in earth. From within the leaf litter, an unfamiliar scent has just drifted past on the wind, and the hair along its spine goes rigid. It raises its head, eyes sweeping across the brown leaf floor, then realizes the space behind it is empty. The group has moved far ahead. It is alone in the middle of the forest. 10 meters away, behind a fallen trunk, two pupils have narrowed and are watching without blinking. The jaguar presses flat against the ground, its spotted coat dissolving into the forest shadow almost perfectly. The jaguar launches from its hiding place, muscle driving through the dry leaves. 10 meters disappear in an instant before the boar can react. The impact is clean and decisive. The boar manages only a few desperate struggles before lying still and helpless among the damp leaf litter. But its chance of survival had already passed some time before. At the very moment, it hesitated between two options without committing to either. In that forest, fate is decided by one moment of hesitation. And beside this river, everything will depend on whether one dares to hold on or let go. The bald eagle perches on a dry branch at the water's edge. 3 missed dives since morning have soaked the wings progressively heavier, and its strength has been draining with every passing hour. Below, salmon keeps surging through the fast current. Then a large silver body launches upward, enough to fill the belly for the entire day, but heavy enough to pull it under. The eagle dives anyway, wings folded tight, talons extended forward. After hours of nothing to show, it decides to stake everything it has left on this one strike. Talons pierce through scales in the white of the current. Immediately, a violent thrash pulls the entire eagle down toward the water surface, both wingtips beating hard against the rushing flow. The fish shows no sign of weakening. It continues driving downstream with every ounce of strength, hauling the hunter above as the feathers grow heavier with water. Let go and lose the biggest meal of the day. Hold on and be dragged deeper. And in a split second, the eagle makes its choice. Nearly a minute passes before the talons find the edge of a rock. The eagle drags the fish onto the bank, wings waterlogged, not yet able to take off. It holds the meal, but has also placed itself at its most vulnerable. And on the savannah, an opposite confrontation is beginning, where the prey is the one to strike. In the low grass, a cobra rears and spreads its hood facing a mongoose. At a glance, it looks as though the snake holds the upper hand. But the mongoose does not retreat. It sidesteps, then presses back in, the dense neck fur raised, its reflexes always one beat ahead of the snake's head. The cobra misses. Every lunge exposes a brief gap when the neck is fully extended but has not yet pulled back. On the fourth strike, just as the head drops for an instant, the mongoose drives straight forward instead of retreating. The opening it has been waiting for has finally appeared. The small jaws lock behind the skull before the neck can retract. The snake coils back violently through the grass, but the fangs can no longer reach their target. In an instant, all roles are reversed. The mongoose wins not through venom or strength, but through the stubbornness to press all the way in. The mongoose swallows the last bite, wipes its muzzle on the grass, and walks away. The smallest creature on the grassland, but victorious because it drove forward at the exact moment every other instinct said to pull back. In a few seconds, it reversed its fate. But beside the Mara River, another hunter can wait for hours for just one decisive moment. The Nile crocodile has been lying still under the mud at the bank's edge since morning, jaws level with the water's surface. Its two eyes are nothing but two dark points, reading the world through vibrations in the mud. A zebra herd comes down to drink, their front hooves touching the shallows. The crocodile picks up the signal and locks its response onto the individual standing closest to the mud edge, head lowered. Its body has already entered a state of readiness, the tail compressed into the mud, holding all the force for one single launch from the still bottom. Mud erupts as the jaws rise out of the water, opening wide past the bank's edge. But the zebra pulls its leg back in time. The bite grazes through empty space by just a few centimeters. The entire herd breaks from the bank in chaos, mud and water churned murky. When the movement stops, there is only empty water and traces already erased. After hours in ambush, the single lunge ends with a very small miscalculation. Just one instant of reflex from the prey changed everything. The crocodile quietly sinks back beneath the mud. The water closes flat within seconds, erasing every trace of the strike that just took place. The next herd will come here to drink, with no idea the danger is still intact just below the mud. Today was only the first attempt. One second off for the crocodile, a whole day lost. And nearby, a more desperate struggle has just erupted as the wild dog pack has just dragged a young buffalo calf away from the herd. The wild dogs hold the calf pinned and bellowing as it thrashes, maintaining relentless pressure, while the entire buffalo herd keeps moving forward, not one turning back. But the calf's cry has reached its mother. She stops, swings her head around, then breaks from the herd and charges back toward the desperate call. The pack shifts pressure onto the mother, maintaining the encirclement from multiple directions, while the calf moves close beside her and the situation shifts into a direct standoff. The wild dogs drive in from multiple directions, forcing the mother to keep turning to block them. But each turn grows a little slower, a little heavier. Then from the distance, the drumming of hooves closes in. Several males from the herd have heard the signal and come charging back, forcing the wild dog pack to scatter. The calf runs safely into the middle of the herd. The mother holds the rear in defense, her heavy body shielding from behind, each slow step exchange for her calf's survival. The wild dog pack slowly withdraws, watching the buffalo herd disappear into the tall grass, the chance of victory dissolving right before them. The patch of grass that was just a site of life and death struggle now holds nothing but wind. The hunt closes in a way the wild dogs had not planned. The buffalo herd leaves the savanna in the afternoon light, the mother walking last. The wild dog pack lies on a rise, watching their shapes fade into the distance in silence. On the rocky bank, the eagle sits beside the cold fish carcass, and beneath the mara, the crocodile has sunk back to the bottom, patient for another opportunity. The mother buffalo walks slower than the herd, each step heavier than the last, but still following the shape of her calf, growing smaller ahead. On this planet, it is not always the strongest that survives. It is the one that makes the right decision at the right moment. And once the choice is made, nature records the result immediately. Afternoon sun pours into the Luangwa River Gorge, murky yellow light illuminating vertical rock faces covered in damp moss where space is suspiciously silent. A few kingfishers dive to the water surface, then dart up, only wing beats echoing in the gorge's quietness. Everything else seemingly motionless. On the cliff edge, a lion pride stands close together, heads bowed observing, eyes not on the water, but focused on the individual in danger. Below, among smooth rocks near the water's edge, a lioness struggles to climb up, claws gripping the surface, but continuously slipping, getting closer to dangerous waters. Lions are large cats dominating many of Africa's dry ecosystems. With male lions weighing up to 180 kilograms, they top the food chain wherever they reach. But all those advantages are designed for flat terrain. On steep, slippery rock surfaces, features once advantageous become disadvantages. The lioness weighs about 130 kilograms, pulling her own body up the sloped face. Gravity quickly overwhelms pulling force, making efforts extremely exhausting. She fell while pursuing prey over the cliff edge, a small miscalculation leading to a long slide, placing her in a life-threatening situation. On the bank, the lion pride still observes. A low roar rings out, but no individual descends, because they know this rock face is a one-way trap. Below, the female tries to grip again. Front legs find footing, but the surface is unstable, pushing force insufficient to hold the body, and she slides down again. Distance to water surface continues closing. current position not only disadvantageous in terrain, but also conceals another danger. A small ripple spreads from downstream, not from wind, not from current, but a sign of a creature slowly approaching. The lioness recognizes immediately. Eyes lock onto two black points floating on water surface. Alarm, instinct activates. Sounds emitted carry obvious tension. Two black points motionless like rotten logs gradually surfacing, but hidden below is a 4-meter body. The real danger has appeared. And it didn't come alone. Ripples appear from different directions, all heading toward the same point, the cliff base where the lion clings. To understand the danger below, one must know that the creature patiently waiting has existed millions of years, with body structure evolved optimally for hunting. Nile crocodiles reach 5 meters long and weigh over 700 kilograms, and possess bite force among the strongest of animals still existing on Earth. Their tactics rely on ambush, lying motionless for hours, then attacking extremely fast, optimizing energy and ensuring high success probability. After locking jaws, crocodiles drag prey underwater and perform the death roll, inflicting serious damage, and prey quickly loses resistance capability. They can fast for months. Each meal is a long-term investment, so when there's opportunity, they'll thoroughly consume prey. On the rock face, the lioness understands the situation clearly. Above is an unclimbable slope. Below is enemy territory. Now she's trapped between two threats. She moves horizontally along the narrow rock strip, seeking climbable points, each step carefully gripping wet rocks, eyes not leaving water surface. Each step is hope, but also risk. Below, the crocodile pod maintains stable distance, moving parallel. They're not rushing to approach, only maintaining position and waiting for more favorable conditions. The lion discovers a lower section of cliff, but must cross a 2-meter wide shallow water stretch, a short distance, but full of risk. She suddenly lunges the mound, racing quickly across the water. And in the same moment, a crocodile surges up. Jaws snap shut right where she just left, only 1 beat late. The lion grips rocks on the other side, struggling to pull herself up. The crocodile watches from behind underwater. This time escaped, but terrain on this side still slippery and steep, no easier at all. She continues climbing short sections, then sliding down again. Each time losing momentum, position gets closer to water surface, and safe distance gradually closes. The third slip makes hind legs touch water. The lion flinches, jumping back up, but too late. A crocodile lunges, jaws reaching for hind legs. The lion roars, concentrates force on front legs as anchor points. Shoulder muscles tense, resisting overwhelming pulling force from water surface. The struggle increasingly intense. The crocodile bites and slips. The lion escapes. The lion springs onto the rock strip, breathing heavily, while the crocodile sinks, carrying anger. The lion gradually tires and cannot stay in one place long. For crocodiles, that's a signal. They adjust positions, tighten encirclement, distance only, meters remaining. The lioness has no choice left. Cannot climb up, cannot stay. Survival space shrinks by the minute. She moves faster, abandoning fear. Each step, each short leap utilizing every remaining foothold on the slippery rock strip. The crocodiles no longer wait. They simultaneously surge up when the lion crosses the narrow water section, jaws snapping shut consecutively in splashing water. The lion reaches the final rock outcrop. Ahead is the only gentle bank, but separated by a deep water section, while predators have closed in from behind. She looks at the shore, looks at the water surface, then looks at three shadows closing in and jumps down. Four legs touch water. The lion begins swimming as fast as possible toward shore. Distance, gradually from shore, legs still touching bottom. But behind, crocodiles are accelerating. The largest submerges, disappears. This is the most dangerous moment. The lion nearly reaches shore. Front legs grip earth, pulling body up, but injured hind leg lacks strength, making her slide down, and that's all the crocodile needs. From behind, a crocodile surges up and locks jaws onto the rear section. Massive pulling force jerks the lion back into the water. The second crocodile immediately lunges in, clamping tight on front shoulder. Two pulling forces from two directions make the lion sink half submerged. Only head and one front leg protruding. The death roll begins. Lion's body dragged completely under. Water surface churns violently, then gradually settles, returning to initial calm. Water surface returns to stillness. No more sounds or movement, only a few small ripples fading on the surface. The grassland ruler has sunk from here. Above, the lion pride stands silent. Calling sounds echo down, no response. Only wind blowing through the gorge echoes back. After several tries, they fall silent. After a few minutes, one by one, leaves the cliff edge. They leave without looking back. On the plains, prolonging loss is also putting oneself at risk. Below the Luangwa River, crocodiles drag prey to the deep bottom, holding it for natural decomposition process before beginning the meal. Nile crocodiles can fast for months, and today's meal is a 130-kilogram lioness, enough to feed them for many weeks. The confrontation closes according to environmental law. When entering water, advantage belongs to water-adapted creatures. On that territory, all land advantages lose value. The lion pride loses a member. Movement rhythm and behavior will change in following days, reflecting adjustment to risk. Dusk arrives. Landscape returns to familiar state, leaving almost no clear traces of the event just occurred. The lion pride stops to rest in tall grass area, far from the river. They lie closer together, the gap of one individual becoming obvious in the silent formation. Each encounter leaves marks in blood, Later decisions will change through reflexes formed from experience. Below the river, crocodiles continue moving slowly. Eyes, nose protruding, then sinking back. The observation cycle and endless patience count again from the start. In the Luangwa ecosystem, lions and crocodiles share the food chain apex, each species dominating half the world. When boundaries are erased, advantage belongs to the side adapting better to conditions at that moment. Each rainy season, water rises. Dry season, water recedes. Boundaries continuously change. Encounters repeat. No permanent winner, only temporary adaptation. Today's lioness didn't fail from lack of strength. On land, she's the ruler. But when conditions change, mass and body structure itself become disadvantages. Conversely, crocodiles don't need to be faster or stronger in all circumstances. They only need the right environment, where their advantages are maximized. Sun sets over Luangwa. On shore, lions rest in tall grass. Below water, crocodiles hide. Two parallel worlds, meters apart, but deciding survival. Tomorrow morning, though one individual fewer, the lion pride's rhythm doesn't stop. They'll avoid the riverbank, continue hunting on grasslands, and remember dangerous boundaries. Night wind blows through the gorge, carrying scents of mud and damp grass. Traces on rocks gradually disappear. Bank edge returns as before. Nature erases what once occurred. Under moonlight, crocodiles hide in flat water. In a world where mistakes mean endings, silence sometimes is the sign of danger itself. The East African savanna at midday. The shade thins as the sun climbs higher. This is the resting hour for most species, but not all of them know that. High on an acacia branch, a female leopard lies stretched out asleep. Below, the grassland is quiet. Nothing suggests this midday will not end as usual. But beneath the canopy, a small movement is beginning. A leopard cub, not yet 3 months old, is quietly slipping away from the shade where its mother sleeps. The cub does not yet know what the world beyond the canopy is. To it, everything is exploration. Every sound is a game. Every shadow is fascinating. The leopard, Panthera pardus, is the most solitary of the big cats. Cubs have no means of self-defense and are entirely dependent on their mother for at least 18 months. In their first months, leopard cubs cannot distinguish danger, not because they lack intelligence, but because the brain has not yet been programmed to recognize threats. Within a 2-kilometer radius, a pack of African wild dogs, Lycaon pictus, is resting after their early morning hunt. They are full, but their instinct for alertness never switches off. African wild dogs have a hunting success rate of up to 80%. Not as strong as lions, not as fast as cheetahs, but they never give up. The strength of the wild dog pack lies in numbers and coordination. No explicit commands, only millions of years of collective evolutionary cooperation encoded into each individual. One dog at the edge of the pack raises its head, ears upright, nose drawing in continuous rapid breaths from the direction of the wind. There is a scent, small, young, not yet carrying the smell of maturity. Prey. The cub is moving further from the canopy where its mother sleeps. Each step adds one more irreversible distance. This is not exploration. This is accumulated mistake. The young of big cat species have a freeze reflex when facing danger, but that reflex only activates when a threat is recognized, something this cub has not yet learned. The cub moves slowly, sniffing the ground. Nothing in its body language suggests it knows it is moving into dangerous territory. From the direction of the pack, signals travel not through barking, but through posture. The entire pack has risen to its feet, ready for the hunt. The cub has not yet seen the pack. The pack spotted the cub from the very beginning. The one who sees first always decides the outcome, a rule with no exceptions in nature. High on the branch, the mother leopard is still asleep. Nothing has changed up here. Sunlight, wind, the sound of insects. But below, a chain of events has begun that cannot be stopped. The wild dog pack moves, not running, just walking. Slow, low, spreading out in a sweeping arc of encirclement. A tactic refined across thousands of hunts. Nothing wasted. The cub finally notices the movement. It freezes. The first freeze reflex appears, bossy isum. But too late. The pack is already within striking distance and closing the circle. The cub cries out, a sound completely unlike its play calls. A danger signal, an urgent call to its mother, a sound the mother is evolutionarily programmed to respond to immediately. The mother leopard snaps awake on the branch. No hesitation. The cub's cry has triggered a reflex that millions of years of evolution have carved into every cell. The mother leopard descends the tree in seconds. The speed at which a 50-kilogram animal moves across uneven terrain is the clearest testament to what evolution can create. But the pack already has the positional advantage. Many individuals, one mother leopard alone. The mathematics had already decided the outcome before the mother touched the ground. The mother leopard charges into the middle of the pack to create chaos. A strike at the nearest dog. The pack scatters temporarily, but the cub has still not broken free. The wild dogs regroup in seconds. Near instantaneous formation recovery is the strength of this species. The mother has spent her only element of surprise in a single strike. The wild dog pack pushes the mother leopard back toward the tree. No need to kill her, only to push her far enough from the cub. The separation strategy is more effective than a direct attack. The mother leopard runs and climbs the tree, not out of fear, but because it is the only remaining survival decision. From above, she is safe. On the ground, she does not survive. The cub on the ground, the pack surrounding it, the mother leopard in the tree looking down. One of the most harrowing moments nature can produce, and no one can change it. In nature, there are no moral choices, only biological mechanics, behavior driven by each individual's need to survive. The ecosystem makes no exceptions. The wild dogs are not cruel. They are simply being wild dogs. This species needs food to feed the pack, raise their own young, and keep the group strong enough for the next hunt. The mother leopard does not leave the tree, perfectly still, eyes never leaving the pack below. This is not surrender. This is the observation phase. A leopard does not give up while there is still something to be done. Each individual in the pack is studied carefully. The mother is mapping who stands closest, who tends to drift apart, who reacts slower than the others. Leopards do not only act on instinct, they observe, assess, and adjust their strategy in real time. This is a cognitive ability few people recognize. The pack begins to lose focus. Some dogs lie down, some turn back to finish leftover food from the morning. The pack is gradually shifting into a relaxed state. One dog separates from the group, moving toward a thicket 15 meters from the pack. At this moment, the mother leopard changes her posture for the first time since climbing the tree. Every muscle tenses. She does not act immediately. She waits longer, watching to see if the dog turns back. This is a patience very few species can sustain in a state like this. The dog moves 3 more meters away from the pack, almost outside the range of immediate support. The mother leopard begins to descend, step by slow step, without a sound. The strike takes less than 2 seconds. No warning, no sound beforehand. In this case, speed and silence are the same thing. They cannot be separated. The dog goes down. The pack reacts immediately, but the mother leopard has already climbed back up the tree, having taken a glancing hit from the pack. The blow was not enough to change the outcome, but it happened. The pack is unsettled for a few minutes, but does not leave. Their numerical advantage remains absolute. The mother leopard lies on the branch, with nothing left to do but wait. As the sun drops lower, the pack shifts direction, not out of fear, but because the instinct to follow prey herds on their daily cycle draws them away. The mother leopard descends the tree in silence. She goes to the place where the cub last stood. She sniffs the ground, sniffs the air, and then simply moves. There is no language sufficient to describe what is happening inside the mind of a female leopard at that moment. But the behavior that follows, what can be observed, says a great deal. She does not leave the area for many hours, circling, returning, sniffing, looking up at the tree, where, if things had gone differently, the cub would be sleeping beside her right now. In nature, the loss of young is not uncommon, but that does not mean it leaves no mark. The mother leopard's behavior shows that this species stores memory in ways not so different from humans. The lesson is not in who won or lost. The lesson lies in the distance between the cub and the canopy that a young animal without enough experience could not recognize. Innocence in nature is not something endearing. It is a gap in the defense system. And on the savannah, every gap will be filled by something else. The mother leopard will give birth again. She will teach again, protect again, watch every step her next cub takes. That is all she can do. The savannah does not change, does not judge, does not remember, but it creates creatures that must carry memory, because learning from loss is the only way to avoid losing again. Dawn covers the Serengeti Plains. First light spreads across millions of hectares of grassland, where a new day begins with brutal survival races. This is wild Africa, where life is not guaranteed and death needs no reason. Every creature operates by unwritten law. There's no room for mistakes. A misstep, a miscalculation, or even just a small wound is enough to close everything. Here, a second chance simply doesn't exist. Whether predator or prey, all species are bound by the same set of rules where there are no exceptions and no chance for correction. Lions are symbols of strength on the African plains. Adult males can weigh up to 250 kilograms with bite force enough to crush bones. But in the pride, a lioness carries a serious wound. Front leg broken after confrontation with a buffalo, making every step difficult. Lion leg bones bear force up to 4 times body weight when running. Such an injury nearly equates to losing a crucial survival advantage. The wound isn't just painful, it diminishes bodily function, triggering a chain of consequences that can lead to loss of survival capability. Not far away, a similar scenario is unfolding. The cheetah, fastest on land, can reach speeds up to 110 kilometers per hour. This speed comes with a harsh price. A body optimized for velocity makes the cheetah's body always carry risk of injury when changing direction or stopping suddenly during pursuit. It has torn thigh muscle after a failed acceleration. This means hunting ability severely diminished for many weeks to come. Without maximum speed, the cheetah has nearly lost its main survival weapon, while prey still maintains speeds far exceeding its current limits. Signs of weakness don't escape watching eyes. From the north, a pack of spotted hyenas moves, their noses having scented the wound. Hyenas don't need to excel in strength. They wait for opponents to weaken, then exploit numerical advantage to overwhelm any individual, gradually becoming exhausted. The cheetah recognizes danger. Survival instinct drives it to stand, but the injury doesn't allow reaching the speed necessary to escape. The only choice is to climb a tree, because climbing is a skill hyenas don't have. That's the last remaining hope for the injured cheetah. Spotted hyenas are predators possessing Africa's most complex social structure. Bite force stronger than even lions, enough to process even the hardest parts of prey. The cheetah approaches the tree base, looks up hesitating, but the injured leg doesn't create enough force, making it feel afraid as distance to the hyena pack gradually closes. After a few seconds of thought, it pulls its body onto a low branch, just beyond reach of jumps from below. Safety is only temporary. The cheetah can't stay in the tree long. It needs water and food, while hyenas are patient enough to wait until prey must come down. On the other side, the injured lioness has fallen behind. Many days without food cause the body to weaken, making recovery process nearly stagnant. Hunger silently erodes strength. Each passing day, mobility decreases gradually. Even standing up becomes a great challenge. But this law doesn't only apply to predators. Herbivores also live in similar fear, even more harsh. An injured zebra can't keep up with the herd. When separated from the group, it loses collective protection and quickly becomes a clear target. African wild dog pack has recognized the weakness. With large numbers and high hunting efficiency, they're among the most successful predators. Their tactics rely on endurance. The entire pack takes turns pursuing, forcing prey to run continuously until completely exhausted. With leg wound, the weakened zebra can't move. Distance gradually closes, encirclement tightens, and the outcome is only a matter of time. Fate has been decided. Wild dogs eat the prey on the spot. In nature, humanitarian concepts don't exist, only survival efficiency and life's continuation. Back at the acacia tree, the cheetah remains motionless. The hyena pack gradually leaves following blood scent from the wild dog's hunt, opening a rare opportunity to escape. The cheetah jumps down and runs away even though the leg is injured, but survival needs force it to act before the body becomes completely exhausted. The leg hurts less, ahead is small prey. The cheetah lowers its body, approaches slowly, utilizing all its concentration. Distance rapidly closes. The cheetah bursts in a short sprint, enough to bring down the target and have its first meal after many days. But small prey isn't enough for it to recover condition. While the wound is healing, survival pressure continues, and nothing guarantees tomorrow. In the south, the lioness has become exhausted. The pride has moved to new territory, leaving it behind according to an unchangeable survival law. Not long after, hyenas appear, not one or two, but the entire pack. They slowly approach, assessing the remaining danger level of one who once topped the food chain. The lion roars, the sound hoarse and weak. Hyenas don't back down. They recognize the threat has disappeared, and the once hunter has become prey. The confrontation unfolds briefly and unequally. The lion tries to resist, but no longer has strength to maintain defense against coordinated attack waves from multiple sides. The one who once stood atop the food chain now becomes a life source for others. Roles change, but operating laws remain unchanged. But death isn't the end. It's transformation, where energy continues to be redistributed through many different links. The lion carcass quickly becomes food for many species, from hyenas, vultures, to insects and microorganisms. Here, all nutrients are thoroughly utilized. Late afternoon descends on the Serengeti. The cheetah still lives, but the wound hasn't healed. Each day is a struggle when the body no longer reaches optimal state. Survival ability now depends on wound recovery speed, if lucky to find easy-to-catch prey, and avoiding hyenas in coming days. The zebra herd continues moving south. In the herd, individuals bearing small wounds will become potential targets for tomorrow's hunts. Every creature on the plains carries an invisible countdown clock. When the moment has struck, all mistakes are irreversible. On the African plains, wounds don't just cause pain. They're also signals to enemies that you've weakened and gradually become a burden to your kind. Each wound is a death sentence. Duration depends on endurance and circumstances, where recovery ability decides the boundary between existence and collapse. When an individual weakens, another will replace it. There's no right or wrong, only continuous selection process between survival and elimination. As night falls over the Serengeti, another day closes. Those still living will awaken tomorrow to continue the race in the endless loop of wild Africa. Mid-morning on the African savanna, as the sun begins to pour down on the parched earth, life does not stop. It simply shifts to a different tempo. There is no shade for refuge, no place to hide completely. This is a land where every creature must expose itself to the sun and to one another. From a small burrow beneath a tree, a small head emerges. Dark, beady eyes scan the surroundings quickly. This is not curiosity, it is a survival habit repeated every day. The daytime savanna belongs to those who dare to venture out when the sun is harshest. And among them, there are encounters that neither side planned for. The Egyptian mongoose, a small carnivore widely known for a skill few others on the savanna can match, dealing with venomous snakes. Measuring about 50 centimeters long and weighing a mammal of its size. The mongoose is equipped by evolution. Modified acetylcholine receptors make the cobra's neurotoxic venom act significantly slower on its body. But resistance to venom does not mean total immunity. A large enough dose or a bite in the right location can still be fatal. Not far away, a long, glossy object moves slowly through the grass. It makes no sound. Only a slight ripple on the blades of grass serves as evidence. The mongoose stops. Its nose points forward, the distinct scent of a large reptile, unmistakable for anything else on this savanna. To understand the gravity of the coming confrontation, one must look at the creature slithering toward the mongoose, one of the most dangerous and common venomous snakes of the dark continent. The Egyptian cobra, up to 2 meters long, capable of accurately spitting venom into an opponent's eyes from over 2 meters away. Each bite injects enough venom to take down a full-grown human. Beyond its toxicity, its main advantage is strike speed. A strike is completed in under a quarter of a second, exceeding the reflex time of many equivalent predators. However, as the opponent closes in, the strike's effectiveness decreases. Distance becomes the decisive variable governing the probability of success for both sides. The two detect each other at less than 3 meters. The mongoose lowers its body and bristles its neck fur, while the snake spreads its hood and coils its body into an S shape. Both are ready for war. This is a language both species understand without needing to learn. Every posture is a message. I am not retreating, and I am readier than you think. Both hold their positions, neither advances. This is not hesitation, it is calculation. In this battle, the one who strikes first is not necessarily the one with the advantage. The snake sways its head slowly, tracking every movement of the mongoose. This is a psychological tactic to distract the opponent, creating a moment of diverted attention to strike. The mongoose is not deceived. It moves forward half a step, then retreats. Forward, then back. Not out of fear, but to read the snake's reaction time. The snake lunges with a fast and precise strike, but misses. The mongoose evades in a split second. No one is hurt, but information has been gathered by both sides. The mongoose counterattacks immediately, without hesitation, lunging straight for the snake's neck. A strike taking less than a quarter of a second, which the mongoose has practiced since it was young. The snake breaks free and coils back instantly. Both return to their original positions. The tempo spikes. It is no longer a probe. The battle has truly begun. The snake lunges, using its strength to bite quickly toward the mongoose. The mongoose closes its eyes and turns its face back, evading perfectly. The thick facial fur acts as a second barrier. The venom clings to the surface. The snake used one of its most effective weapons and failed. The mongoose accelerates. No more stepping back and forth. This time, it is a continuous assault, forcing the snake to strike repeatedly. Every strike from the snake is an opening the mongoose is waiting for. The snake gradually loses the initiative, shifting to a coiled, defensive posture. This stance limits attack angles, but simultaneously reduces its ability to control distance. The mongoose focuses on the back of the head, the area controlling the nervous system. A precise bite here can quickly neutralize all resistance. The snake thrashes violently, trying to escape the encirclement. Its long body sweeps across, pushing the mongoose away. The mongoose is tossed back, but does not fall. All four paws hit the ground instantly. This is the moment many other predators would stop, but not the mongoose. It returns with the same speed, maintaining pressure, demonstrating a resilient strategy selected by nature. The snake strikes one last time, more accurately than before. Fangs graze the mongoose's shoulder, but the thick fur and skin block part of it. The amount of venom injected is not enough to change the outcome. The moment the snake retracts its jaws after that bite is the final opening. The mongoose does not miss. Its jaws lock onto the back of the snake's head, the target it aimed for from the start. The snake coils around the mongoose, trying to use constricting force, but the mongoose does not let go. The bite force increases steadily. This is the decisive phase. The first to lose control will lose everything. The snake's movements slow down, not from exhaustion, but because neurological damage begins to spread from the bite site. The mongoose holds its position for nearly 40 more seconds. No rush. Waiting until movement completely stops. It is extremely cautious. When the snake is entirely motionless, The mongoose still bites down hard. Nothing changes. The battle ends in a way this species has repeated thousands of times before. The entire event took under 15 minutes, but every second reflects accumulated evolutionary data. No factor depended on mere luck. The mongoose drags the snake back to its burrow, a typical behavior for the species. No victory celebration, just a necessary meal after energy has been spent. In the ecosystem, the mongoose plays the role of a natural population control for venomous snakes. No other predator in this area performs that function. But the mongoose also faces increasing pressure, shrinking habitats, dwindling water sources, and competition with larger predators. The cobra faces similar trends. Declines in many areas are mainly due to environmental changes, exceeding the short-term adaptive capacity of both species. This raises a larger question. When one of the two disappears, how will the rest of the ecosystem adjust? There is no simple answer. Today's battle is a very small part of a much larger picture. Every species in this system depends on the existence of others. The mongoose carries the snake to its burrow. There is no reason to linger. The day is still long, and the savanna sun waits for no one. The savanna keeps no memory of what happens upon it. The wind erases traces. The sun dries what remains, and the cycle continues the way it has always operated. These two species have coexisted on this continent for millions of years, not because of peace, but because of balance. One side is dangerous enough to force the other to evolve faster. The mongoose will return to its burrow before dark. Another cobra will emerge when the temperature drops. This loop has no beginning and no end. Of all the lessons nature can teach, perhaps the simplest is also the most difficult to grasp. No species exists alone, not even the best predator. And as the first darkness touches the horizon, the savanna does not ask who won or lost today. It only prepares for what will happen tomorrow. Dawn over the Grumeti River, early daylight paints the murky water surface golden. Thin mist rises, landscape quiet, even a small movement becomes obvious. On the sandbar, overnight traces tell what happened. Footprints going into water, then returning, but also streaks going only one way. The river is the only water source in dry season, but also the boundary between life and death. This morning's flat surface guarantees nothing about what's below. On the other side of burnt grassland, hundreds of wildebeest advance toward the riverbank. Red dust rolling with footsteps, low calls echoing far, thirst forcing them to approach despite risks. They're Africa's largest migratory species. With millions of individuals moving seasonally, the river becomes the most dangerous challenge on the journey. Bodies adapted to grasslands, long legs for running, curved horns for goring, but underwater they lose advantage and become vulnerable. In dry season, the herd must drink water daily, no other choice. Thirst draws them to the riverbank, though always knowing danger hides below. The herd stops about 10 meters from shore, intently observing the water surface. No one dares step forward first, because instinct warns pioneers rarely return. Thirst overwhelms fear. A large male steps down first, water rising from hooves to knees. It lowers, head drinking hurriedly. Each second head down is a second losing vigilance. Seeing the male safe, the entire herd moves closer. Vigilance quickly decreases as thirst overwhelms, creating the most dangerous moment. Less than 4 meters from shore, two pairs of eyes have been waiting. Motionless, patient, they track each step, waiting for prey to enter inescapable distance. Prey in range, the male lowers head to drink, muzzle touches water. Less than 2 meters from crocodile jaws, countdown begins before the attack. To understand the danger right before eyes, one must look at the creature hiding at the bottom since before dawn. Species virtually unchanged for 200 million years because the design was perfect from the start. Nile crocodile, reaching 5 meters long, weighing over 700 kilograms. Bite force, exceeding 3,700 pounds per square inch. Strongest among all animals living on Earth today. Its tactic is lying motionless, lowering heart rate, conserving energy, waiting for prey to approach on its own, then lunging extremely fast, locking jaws and dragging underwater. After locking jaws, crocodiles perform the death roll, spinning body to tear prey. If not dead yet, it drags deep down, letting water complete the rest. This morning, the male wildebeest lowering head is only 2 meters from crocodile jaws. Sensory organs help it receive vibrations, determining prey position without needing to see yet. Only 1 meter remains. Crocodile tightens tail, parts jaws, while wildebeest lowers for one more final gulp, completely unaware that's the last peaceful moment. Water surface explodes. Crocodile lunges up, clamping tight on prey's head. Tremendous bite force locks rigid, heavy body, jerking wildebeest down into the water. Herd panics, running upshore, dust billowing thick. Only the trapped male held head underwater, 4 legs thrashing hopelessly, cries choked between mud and waves. Crocodile begins death roll, body coiling underwater, but wildebeest still resists, hind legs gripping bottom, trying to hold against violent spinning force. The spin isn't strong enough to bring down large prey. Crocodile changes tactics, stops spinning, and drags wildebeest toward deep water, where legs can't touch bottom and all advantages vanish. Wildebeest resists fiercely, hind legs kicking bottom, maintaining position. Head gripped, but body still above water surface. Each second still breathing is each second nurturing hope of life. Adrenaline surges. Wildebeest jerks hard, pulling crocodile towards shallow water. Nearly escaping at times, head surfaces, eyes wide open, gasping breaths echoing amid the water. But crocodile won't release. Jaws locked tight, begins pulling back. Wildebeest slips footing, loses grip point, gradually dragged back to deep area. The tug of war tilts toward water. Water rises to neck, then to head. Everything ends when legs no longer touch bottom. Wildebeest dragged under, river surface quickly returns to flat calm. Onshore, wildebeest herd stands silently watching the river surface. No calls, only eyes fixed on where their kind just disappeared. Heavy atmosphere enveloped. Underwater, crocodile drags carcass to deep area, securing to tree roots. It doesn't eat immediately, but lets prey soak for days to soften, then tears gradually. The river just took a life, but the entire herd's thirst remains unchanged. And the Grumeti River is the only water source within 20 kilometers radius. 2 hours later, the herd returns to riverbank, steps slower, keeping distance farther. No one dares lower head drinking too long, though thirst still urges. They take turns drinking water. A few lower down, the rest vigilantly observe. Each small ripple also makes the whole group flinch back warily. Below water surface, another crocodile has positioned, smaller and lying close to shore. Blood scent from the previous attack still spreading, silently attracting more predators. Water surface explodes again. Crocodile lunges up close to shore. Jaws snap down, nearly hitting wildebeest's leg, but misses, making entire herd rush up shore in chaos. No one caught, but the attack shows the river isn't safe at any distance. Crocodiles control even the water's edge, where the safety boundary is thinner than wildebeest thought. Herd stops 50 meters from river, breathing heavily, eyes glued to water surface. Thirst unresolved, midday sun rising high, making dehydration increase rapidly. Another half hour passes. Thirst again defeats fear. Herd advances toward river, choosing new position 100 meters further upstream, where bank is gentler and water shallower. They don't know crocodiles also move. Beneath murky surface, they silently drift, following herd upstream, like invisible shadows. Herd begins drinking. Only a few go down to water's edge. The rest stand guard. A female steps deeper, seeking clearer water, inadvertently advancing exactly into crocodile ambush position. The largest crocodile lunges up, jaws locked tight on female wildebeest's neck. Fatal position near blood vessels. Bite force piercing through skin and flesh, holding prey unable to escape. Tug of war begins. Female wildebeest's legs still touch bottom. It kicks hard, trying to pull crocodile back towards the shore. Because only losing footing, all advantages will vanish. Battle lasts in over 4 minutes, rare with crocodiles. Female wildebeest still resists, continuously kicking, pulling, and keeping head above water to breathe. Second crocodile suddenly appears from behind, biting the rear. Two pulling forces in opposite directions make prey torn between heavy bodies. Wildebeest still resists, but third crocodile charges in, biting near head. 3 directions pulling simultaneously make it lose footing and drag completely off river bottom. Female wildebeest dragged under. Water surface churns then settles, foam spreading long with current, closing the battle as river swallows another life. Blood scent spreading in water attracts more crocodiles. 5, 6, then 7 heads emerge, converging on one point. Wildebeest carcass becomes collective feast, uninvited. On shore, wildebeest herd stands silently watching the reddened river surface. No signal needed, they understand. Then turn backs, leaving, abandoning this water point to find elsewhere. Grumeti River always flows, crocodiles present everywhere. No safe place, only places not yet attacked, and herds still must drink before dark. That's the law. To live must drink. To drink must come to river. Each approach is accepting risk, trading between thirst and life. Evening descends. Water surface returns to calm. Midday traces swept away. Vultures circle but don't descend, because the river has kept everything. Underwater, well-fed crocodiles lie scattered, heart rate slows. They can fast long, but still wait, following millions of years of survival instinct. Upstream, herd finds shallow section to drink. They only lower quickly for seconds, then retreat. Drinking style carrying survival nature. No more peace. Each attack deepens instinct. Next generation will fear water more, drink faster, keep distance farther, increasing survival chances through passed down memory. And crocodiles also evolve. Next generation more patient, lying closer to shore, waiting longer, because prey increasingly vigilant, and only the most patient can hunt. Dusk covers Grumeti. Water shifts from blue to deep red, this time from skylight. But that beauty conceals danger as light gradually weakens. Wildebeest herd retreats deep into grassland, resting at night, sleeping standing vigilantly. Tomorrow morning, when thirst returns, they'll hesitate before the river again and step down again. In nature, life always comes with trade-offs. Wildebeest need water, crocodiles need prey, and the river connects these two needs in daily survival loop. Night blankets, Grumeti. Frog calls echo along shore. Hippos call amid stream. Water surface shifts to another world where new dangers continue unfolding. On river bottom, crocodiles lie motionless, conserving energy. Though resting, sensory organs still operate, ready to react to any vibration. Night wind blows along Grumeti. Water surface ripples lightly under moon. Blood traces washed clean, sandbar flat and calm. By morning, no traces remain of what occurred. Moon rises high, river still flows as for millions of years. Water surface flat, calm, beautiful, and inviting. But the question each prey must answer each morning remains unchanged. Drink or not drink, live or not live. Through the still water blanketing the surface of the marsh, where the light of dawn barely touches a few inches of the waterline, a sound of heavy breathing rises from the reeds. It is not the sound of fish breaking the surface, nor the wind moving through the grass. It is the breath of a creature, watching your every move. Okavango does not welcome you. It tests you, and whoever hesitates will not have time to understand where they went wrong. Welcome to Okavango, not a river, not a lake. This is a survival machine powered by floodwater, sunlight, and blood. A place where every flood season is a rebirth, and every nightfall is a survival contest that no one is allowed to lose. Here, humans are only observers. No privileges, no protection, only the naked truth of nature. Before going deeper into this journey, if you carry within you the fire of the wild, subscribe now so you never miss a thing. Because what lies ahead is not a sightseeing tour. This is a survival challenge in the heart of Africa's greatest flood delta. If Okavango has a king, it is not the species that swims the fastest. It is the species that dares to wade through deep water to claim the right to rule. With a body weighing over 200 kilograms and a jaw force exceeding 300 kilograms, the lions of Okavango bring down a water buffalo like a giant vice, clamping shut and never letting go. But their true strength is not in the strike. They are population controllers that help maintain the balance between the buffalo herds and the vegetation across the entire delta. In Okavango, lions do not hunt in the usual way. They ambush from floating grass islands. Each move forward a silent chess game. The pride splits into groups. One side creates noise to herd the prey. The other lies waiting in silence. This tactic has been passed down through generations of Okavango lion prides. But this land is shrinking. Poaching and agricultural fencing fragment territories. Lion prides grow smaller and no longer carry enough genetic diversity to survive. The lions of Okavango, who have learned to live with water, are now learning to live with a threat they cannot hunt: the disappearance of their own home. Okavango draws a long breath, and in the distance, another call begins to rise. If the lion is the king of strength, then the African wild dog is the genius of the collective, the only species that wins through discipline, not muscle. Weighing only 25 kilograms, yet with a hunting success rate of up to 80%, higher than both lions and leopards. Their weapon is not fang and claw, but perfect coordination requiring no language. They are the engine of the ecosystem. Each hunt moves the prey herds, creating a cycle of rotation that allows the grasslands of Okavango to recover and spread. Before a hunt, the entire pack performs a ritual. They lick each other's faces, heads touching heads, not out of affection, but as a combat ceremony. After that, no one leaves anyone behind. They share food first with the young and the sick, the only species in Okavango that places care for others above its own needs. Fewer than 6,600 individuals remain across all of Africa. Rabies, from domestic dogs, farmers' snares, and habitat loss, are wiping out the continent's most skilled hunters. Every wild dog pack is a miniature society. When a pack disappears, it is not just animals that are lost. An entire culture of hunting built across generations is lost with them. Night falls over Okavango, and beneath the water, something older, colder, begins to move. If the lion is king on land, and the wild dog is the master tactician, then the crocodile is the primal darkness of Okavango, the species that witnessed the extinction of the dinosaurs and is still here. The crocodile's jaws generate a bite force exceeding 1,700 kilograms, more than any living creature on Earth. A single roll of the body underwater tears apart anything in just 3 seconds. But the crocodile is not only a destroyer. They are natural canal diggers. Their sleeping hollows create water pools that help hundreds of species survive through the dry season. Crocodiles do not give chase. They wait, sometimes for hours, even days, until the prey steps close enough that no escape remains. When they strike, there is no warning, no running start, only the water breaking open for one beat, and everything is already over. Despite existing for over 200 million years, the crocodiles of Okavango are losing their habitat. Water pollution and agricultural land conversion are shrinking the living space of the oldest surviving reptile on Earth. A species that has survived 5 mass extinctions now faces a threat that no evolution can defend against: human indifference. The water surface goes flat again, but just nearby, a heavier breath, a larger body, begins to rise. But the story does not stop with predators. As we leave the shallows, another world begins to reveal itself. The world of the giants that lie beneath the surface. This is the deep water of Okavango, where light does not reach the bottom, and anyone who enters cannot determine where they stand in the food chain. The floodwater does not only bring fish and plants, it brings the hippopotamus, a species weighing 4 tons, the most aggressive and most important creature in the entire delta ecosystem. If the crocodile is the silent darkness, then the hippopotamus is a moving storm. And the next part of this journey will take us straight into the eye of that storm. The hippo does not need to hunt to become the most dangerous creature in Okavango. It is dangerous simply because it exists, and no species is allowed to forget that. Weighing over 4 tons, capable of running at 30 kilometers per hour on land, jaws that open to 180 degrees. Hippos kill more people in Africa than any other large animal, including lions. But the hippo is a nutrient pump. Every day they deposit hundreds of kilograms of organic matter into Okavango, feeding the algae, feeding the fish, and sustaining the entire food chain below. Male hippos mark territory by spinning their tails and spraying dung, the clearest and most undeniable boundary language Okavango has ever known. When territory is violated, there is no negotiation. 2 males crash into each other, jaw against jaw, the sound of impact splitting the air until one submits or flees. But hippos are disappearing. Prolonged drought, declining flood levels, and ivory poaching are pushing this species toward the endangered list. An Okavango without hippos would be a dead river. Newborn hippo calves need clean water to breathe. When the water is polluted, when flood levels no longer rise high enough, the survival rate of the next generation drops to catastrophic levels. The water rises, the water recedes, and in that cycle, nothing is permanent. Every strength has its limit. Every territory has its end. Here, speed no longer matters. Strength no longer matters. The survivor is the one who can read Okavango, knowing when to be still, when to strike, when to step back. Tonight, the lions have cornered a buffalo herd at the water's edge. The crocodiles are waiting below. The wild dogs stand at the rim of the darkness, and the hippos do not care about any of them. A sound. The buffalo herd breaks in every direction. Water explodes upward. And in that chaos, Okavango takes its share, as it has done for millions of years. The loser of tonight will vanish without a trace. Only the ripple of water spreading outward, and the silence of Okavango answers everything. Everything you have just witnessed is not a collection of separate stories. Okavango is a living organism, and every species is an irreplaceable cell within it. Lions control the buffalo herds. Wild dogs distribute prey across the territory. Crocodiles dig canals. Hippos nourish the water. Switch off one, and the entire system will tilt. Okavango does not exist because of floodwater. It exists because of balance. A balance rewritten over millions of years, now being erased in just a few centuries. And when one link disappears, it is not just one species that is lost. It is an entire ecological symphony that has never been written before and will never be written again. But the most dangerous creature in Okavango is not the lion, not the crocodile, not the hippo. It is us, the only species that destroys without needing to be hungry. Hydroelectric systems upstream are regulating the flow. Less floodwater means less grassland, fewer fish, less life, diminishing at every level, multiplying downward. Poaching does not only kill animals, it shatters social structures. Lion prides lose their leaders, wild dog packs lose their memory, hippos lose their guide generation. And the price to be paid is not only nature's to bear. When Okavango dies, the millions of people who depend on its water and tourism will lose everything. When the lion's roar fades into the night, when the wild dog pack disappears behind the curtain of grass, when the water surface returns to calm as though nothing ever happened. The question that remains is not, what have we discovered? It is, do we have enough time to change? Before the answer becomes a permanent silence. What will we have left when Okavango no longer floods? When the greatest survival machine in Africa finally runs out of fuel? Okavango is still here, still flowing, still alive. But for how long depends on the answer we choose to give today. If this journey has made you shudder, left you unsettled, or simply made it impossible to look at Okavango the same way again, leave a comment below. And until next time, at the next brutal survival arenas, where nature does not ask if you are ready, the Luangwa River flows through the heart of Zambia, clear water reflecting the sky. But this calm surface conceals a dangerous world below. The dry season arrives, water level drop, large pools shrink into small lakes, animals gather around water sources. Danger begins to emerge. Here, two giant species coexist. Hippos, Nile crocodiles. Both are masters of the river, but when water recedes, territories begin to overlap. This is the story of new life, of the survival battle from day one, when the underwater trap always lurks, waiting for moments of weakness. Hippopotamus, the third largest land mammal after elephants and rhinos. Adult weight up to 1,500 kilograms. Canine teeth up to 60 centimeters long. Bite force 2,000 kilograms. Speed on land 30 kilometers per hour. One of Africa's most dangerous animals. They live in groups of 10 to 30 individuals. Complex social structure. Dominant males control a territory. Females and young live communally. Underwater, they can dive for 5 minutes. They walk on the riverbed, communicate with low-frequency sounds. A separate world exists beneath the surface. Today, a female is about to give birth. She leaves the pod, seeks calmer water, a place with less crocodile presence, where she has the best chance to protect her calf. Hippos give birth underwater. Unlike most mammals, the newborn must swim to the surface immediately for its first breath, a life or death moment. The calf weighs about 30 kilograms, vulnerable, cannot dive long yet, completely dependent on mother. The first days are most dangerous. The mother hippo keeps her calf on her back or in front of her body, always within control. Protective instinct rarely seen in herbivores. Nile crocodile, one of the largest surviving reptiles, can reach 6 meters long, weighing nearly a ton. Lifespan can reach 100 years. They don't hunt adult hippos. Too large, too dangerous. But hippo calves are different targets. Small, weak, easily separated from mother. Crocodiles can lie motionless for hours. Only eyes and nostrils above water. The rest hidden below, like driftwood. No one suspects. Perfect ambush tactics at river crossing points, where hippos must pass daily, where water is shallow, where calves are easily separated. Second week after birth, the mother hippo needs to return to the pod. The calf is strong enough to travel, but not strong enough to defend itself. She must pass through territories of 3 different males. Each could attack the calf, not to eat, but to eliminate another's genes. And crocodiles, at least 5 lurking along the route, they know the mother hippo will pass. Just a matter of time. Early morning, the mother hippo begins her journey. The calf swims close beside, trying to keep up, but swimming speed much slower than mother's. First territory. A bull hippo blocks the way, mouth gaping wide, a clear warning, but she doesn't back down. Tension lasts several seconds. Then the bull retreats, not from fear, but because it's not worth confronting a mother protecting her young at all costs. They enter shallow water, the crossing point. Water surface clear as crystal, peaceful, but the mother hippo knows silence is a sign of danger. She slows down, eyes scanning every ripple, ears listening for every sound. The calf swims behind, unaware danger is imminent. 1 meter ahead, just below the surface, the largest crocodile in the area lies still, waiting for the perfect opportunity. The calf falls slightly behind mother, just 1 meter, but enough to create a gap for the crocodile to act. The decisive moment has arrived. The crocodile launches from the riverbed. Water explodes. White foam erupts, jaws gaping wide, targeting the calf's hind leg. Astonishing speed. The mother hippo reacts instantly, spins around, charges backward, pushes calf aside. The bite misses by mere centimeters. But the crocodile doesn't give up. It twists in the water, this time aiming straight for the calf's neck. If it succeeds, everything will end. The mother hippo charges between them. 2,000 kilograms of hippo colliding with 1 ton of crocodile. Water erupts. Cannot see clearly, only sounds of violent impact. She opens her mouth wide. Canines stab the crocodile's flank. Thick scales protect it, but cannot withstand the massive bite force. She hurls the crocodile out of the water. Then it crashes down, a stunning display of power. The crocodile swims away. Though injured, it survives. Today's meal doesn't belong to it. It misjudged a mother's strength. The mother hippo turns back, checks her calf, trembling, frightened, but uninjured. But the journey isn't over. 2 more territories remain. Other crocodiles still wait. She must continue. Keep her calf closer, more vigilant. 2 hours later, they reach the pod, safe. The first survival lesson has been learned. In the following weeks, the calf grows rapidly, learns to dive longer, swim faster, recognize danger, each day a new lesson. But risk doesn't disappear. Crocodiles still lurk, bull hippos still aggressive, and the dry season makes life harsher. Climate change extends the dry season. Water sources increasingly shrink. Hippos and crocodiles forced to live closer together. Conflicts increase. Each year, about 30% of hippo calves don't survive the first year. Crocodiles, bull hippos, food shortage, disease. But survivors will become stronger, smarter, more cautious. They learn the most important lesson. Vigilance is the key to survival. Conservation areas are working to protect them, monitoring hippopods, protecting water sources, preventing poaching, but challenges remain enormous. In 2026, hippo populations declined 30% in the past 2 decades. Urgent action needed to protect them. When the sun sets, the hippopod emerges on shore to feed. The calf stays close to mother, safer on land, but tomorrow they'll return to the water. Beneath the surface, crocodiles still lie silent, waiting for a new day, waiting for another opportunity. The survival cycle continues, without rest, In the silence of the Luangwa River, a truth is rewritten each day. Life doesn't begin with ease, but with battle. Calves don't just learn to swim, don't just learn to eat. They learn to recognize danger, trust instinct, and learn to survive. And in that lesson lies a powerful message. The greatest strength doesn't lie in muscle, but in a mother's love, ready to fight to the end to protect life. Afternoon sunlight illuminates the Serengeti grasslands. Dry grass glows golden under temperatures of 35 degrees Celsius, a typical day in the heart of Africa. Here, every meal must be contested. Predator and prey, robber and robbed. The line between success and failure is very fragile. Two predator species are about to collide. One side is a warrior with deadly weapons. One side is an opportunistic thief who will claim victory. This is the story of an unexpected encounter, when a plan to steal prey becomes a battle to the death, when instinct decides survival. The secretary bird is one of Africa's most unique birds of prey. They stand over 1 meter tall and have a wingspan of nearly 2 meters. The name comes from the black feathers behind the head, resembling quill pens tucked behind a secretary's ear in olden times. But this bird is anything but gentle. They hunt snakes, large lizards, rodents, insects, but venomous snakes are their favorite. They have a unique hunting technique: kick prey to death. Long legs, sharp curved talons, specially developed leg muscles. A kick can generate force of nearly 20 kilograms, enough to crush the bones of venomous snakes. Serval, also called grassland wildcat, smaller than spotted leopards but larger than house cats. They weigh about 9 to 18 kilograms. The largest ears in the cat family relative to body size, superhuman hearing, can hear mice moving underground. Long legs, highest leg-to-body ratio in the cat family. It can jump up to 3 meters high and achieves a hunting success rate of about 50%. But today, the serval isn't hunting. It's seeking opportunity, stealing prey from others, conserving energy, increasing survival efficiency. The secretary bird has just found a snake, puff adder, venomous, dangerous, but to the secretary bird, this is a good meal. The snake rears its head, opens its mouth threateningly, ready to inject venom. But the secretary bird has faced such situations countless times. A kick shoots out lightning fast, precise, strikes the snake's head directly. It writhes violently, but isn't dead yet. Another kick, then another. The snake lies motionless. The secretary bird bends down to check the prey. Victory is clear, but in the grass, another is watching silently. The serval presses itself flat to the ground. It moves slowly, each step separated by several seconds. No sound. Every movement is calculated. It weighs options quickly. The bird is taller, heavier, and has extremely powerful legs. But that fat snake is a valuable protein source. It steps slowly forward, not to hunt the bird, but to steal the prey, a familiar tactic of an opportunistic hunter. The secretary bird reacts immediately. Defensive instinct flares. It clamps the snake tightly in its beak and won't let go. This prey belongs to it. It spreads its wings nearly 2 meters wide, creating a large visual wall. The goal is to make the cat back down, a familiar defensive tactic. The serval backs away a few steps, but doesn't leave. It circles slowly, eyes still locked on target, patiently waiting for a moment of vulnerability. It lunges again, testing the bird's powerful legs. Claws touch wing feathers, but still not enough to steal the snake. The snake falls to the ground, but the conflict has now gone beyond food. No longer a dispute over prey. This is a battle. The secretary bird unleashes the first kick, lightning fast. Nearly 20 kilograms of force in an instant, misses the cat's head by just a few centimeters. The serval dodges quickly, reflexes of a born hunter. It lunges, trying to bite the bird's knee joint to neutralize the dangerous legs. The bird jumps back. Second kick hits the cat's shoulder, not strong enough to cause serious injury, but enough to cause pain. An accurate kick could shatter the serval's jaw, ending its hunting ability forever. Therefore, the cat must strike very fast and precisely. The serval lunges again, this time lowering its body. It pounces on the secretary bird's chest area. Claws dig deep, pulling the bird down. The secretary bird struggles violently. Wings beat on hard, creating wind currents that send dust flying. It tries to kick, but the serval has latched too close for the strike to be effective. The battle lasts about 3 minutes, consuming enormous metabolic energy. Both are breathing heavily, but neither side will let go. The serval changes tactics. It seeks the bird's neck position. This is the cat family's familiar killing technique, the suffocating bite. The secretary bird senses danger. It struggles to escape, but the cat's weight presses heavily. Wings no longer have space to swing. The serval seizes the bird's neck. Fangs sink deep, not piercing completely, but clamping tight. The goal is to cut off oxygen. Time decides life and death. The bird lies on the ground, wings spread wide on the dry earth. It's still alive, but no longer has strength to continue fighting. The cat still holds the bird's neck tight. It doesn't loosen. The struggling weakens with each second, each breath, until the body is motionless. After about 5 minutes, all movement ceases. The warrior has fallen. The opportunist wins, not through strength, but through tactics. The serval releases the bird. It's exhausted. Victory has come, but the price is very high. Energy expended equivalent to many days of normal hunting. It doesn't eat the bird. Instead, it drags out the snake, the original meal, the reason for the conflict. It eats hurriedly before others appear. 15 minutes later, vultures land. They clean up what remains. Here, nothing is wasted. The cycle continues. Prey stealing is common behavior in Africa. Hyenas steal from leopards. Lion becomes more difficult. But this behavior is full of risk. About half the time, the thief gets injured, 1/5 end in death. The price to pay is very high. Climate change makes food sources scarcer. Competition increases. Prey theft occurs more frequently. Mortality rates also rise. Both servals and secretary birds are species that need conservation. Their numbers are declining as habitats increasingly shrink. As the sun sets over the Serengeti, the grassland gradually quiets again. The cat has left. Vultures have flown away. Only traces of battle remain on the sand. In the harsh reality of the African bush, the line between hunter and prey is always fragile. The thief can become the executioner. No heroes, no villains, only creatures trying to survive by any means and any tactics possible. And in the silence of the Serengeti night, one law still silently operates. Nature doesn't judge. Nature only selects. The wiser one, the luckier one, the one still alive. The grassland of southern Africa, in the middle of the dry season, earth cracked open in great patches, grass burned flat, and the last water source vanished many weeks ago. But deep beneath the dry surface, a creature still exists. Its body nearly shut down, metabolism drastically reduced to hold on to its last reserves of moisture. Through months without eating or drinking, heart beating slowly, waiting for the familiar signal that will wake the body back to life. The sky to the west begins to darken, black clouds rolling low and carrying a damp wind. Then the first drops of rain fall onto the dry earth and seep into the cracks. The rain grows heavier, softening the parched soil, water pooling in small patches across the cracked surface, carrying moisture and new vitality to the arid land. Then the earth stirs. A crack widens, mud bursts upward, and from below, a large head with amber eyes slowly rises after months of concealment. The African bullfrog has a body as dense as a mass of muscle sunk in mud, jaws occupying nearly half its head, lined with small spike-like teeth. Once prey has entered, there is no escape. A body not built for running, it only needs to lie still and wait for prey to come to it. And after months of starvation, the hunting instinct rises back with full force. Small insects crawl across the wet mud. Another bullfrog lies watching the ground, its body blending almost completely into the mud color. A millipede passes close. The bullfrog's mouth snaps open, tongue fires out, jaws close. From the moment the prey touches down to the moment it disappears takes half a second. 10 minutes. Dozens of insects have vanished. The frog makes use of the brief rainy days to rapidly recover the energy burned away through the entire dry season. But insects are only the appetizer. For them, anything that fits in the mouth is food. And around the newly formed water pools, larger prey gradually appears. A field mouse steps out from the wet grass, searching for seeds along the water's edge, nose down low, completely unaware that death is waiting just ahead. It takes one more step, then the mud explodes. The frog's mouth snaps open, swallowing the mouse whole, locking every struggle down with the sharp teeth lining its mouth. The eyeballs press downward to help push the prey deeper into the throat. The mouse disappears, hind legs kicking weakly, then going still. The belly swells, but the mouth is already ready for the next one. 2 weeks after the rain, the savanna is drying again. Insects and small reptiles are more active, and the bullfrog has left the water pool, sitting motionless like a lump of dry mud on the red earth. A small snake slides past, just 20 centimeters away, tongue flickering, head raised to probe the environment. It is still too small to recognize the danger directly in front of it. The snake glides across the frog's field of view. A strike launches upward, misses. Red earth flies up as the prey attacks and tries to find a way out. The second lunge lands true. Jaws lock onto the head. Spiked teeth drive deep. The snake's body coils and tightens around the frog, but is pressed flat against the ground. The frog begins to swallow. The grassland returns to quiet. The frog, lying still under the warm sun, belly rounded and full, beginning the slow process of digestion after a series of heavy meals under the sunlight slowly returning. The rainy season brings not only food, but the opportunity to breed, when all activity must happen quickly before the last drop of water disappears. At the largest water pool in the area, dozens of males gather, throats swelling as deep calls roll across the savanna, drawing females and staking out control of the breeding center. The strongest male holds the central position where the water is deepest, while others ram, press, and bite each other to win the only chance to continue their lineage. When the female arrives, mating is quick. Eggs are fertilized immediately and cling to moss and grass, beginning a life cycle that must outrace the receding water. Tadpoles hatch, thousands of tiny bodies swimming frantically in the warming pool, eating algae and each other to grow, because their life cycle is shorter than the pool sustaining them. Many weeks pass, the harsh sun returns, the pool shrinks day by day from a wide pond to a small puddle. Tadpoles pack together in a life source that is steadily running out. And in the middle of the shrinking pool, the father frog stays. He looks at the mud ridge dividing two pools of water, then quietly uses his hind legs to break through the mud, channeling his young through to the water on the other side. After hours of digging mud, under the blazing sun, his strength is spent, skin dry, eyes half closed. Yet he has held on to the chance of life for thousands of tadpoles. A smaller frog enters the territory being guarded. But for the bullfrog, a smaller member of its own species can sometimes also become food. The lunge happens quickly and decisively. As the dry season turns back, the instinct to protect and the instinct to hunt exist within the same body. Tadpoles begin to grow legs, some metamorphosing into frogs in fewer than 3 weeks, fingernail-sized, leaving the muddy pool to step into the high-risk world above the waterline. But the moment they reach the bank, the young frogs face hunting birds, snakes around the water's edge, and other adult frogs, because when hungry, this species does not distinguish its own kind. Most do not survive the first week. Of thousands of eggs, only a few will still be alive by the following rainy season. But those that remain will grow into monsters like their father. The pool has dried completely. The last tadpoles have left, and the father frog gazes silently at the empty patch of earth, sitting at the edge of dry mud, sensing the heat of the dry season slowly returning. Then the old instinct wakes. It begins to dig, hind legs driving hard, body sinking gradually into the hardening mud, preparing for the next long sleep. Mud slowly covers the back, the head, then both eyes, leaving behind a water-retaining membrane that gradually encases the body like a survival cocoon for the dry months ahead. The earth cracks open again, grass burns flat under the scorching sun, the water pools vanish entirely, and deep below the dry ground, the bullfrog lies still with a slowing heart, waiting for the next rain. A young frog that survived the rainy season sits near the drying bank. No larger than a coin, it has just caught its first ant. Life starts here. If it survives the first dry season, it will burrow into a mud cocoon like its parents, then emerge after the rains, larger, stronger, with a mouth that grows wider with every hunting season. The hot wind sweeps across the savanna. The cracked, dry earth is completely silent, but deep below, hundreds of bullfrogs lie still inside their own water-retaining membranes. And that is how the African bullfrog survives. The most voracious predator on the savanna is also the one that buries itself in a sleep lasting many months, just to exchange it for a handful of opportunities. Field mice still search for seeds. Grass snakes still hunt, completely unaware that the danger sleeping beneath their feet needs only one rain to open its mouth. The rainy season will return, perhaps soon, perhaps late. But without needing to know the timing, it only needs to feel the first vibration when water touches the earth. The first raindrop will fall, the earth will soften, pools will form, insects will surge, and from beneath the cracks, amber eyes will open again, beginning a new hunting season. But for now, the grassland is still dry and hot, and deep beneath the dark earth, it still lies there, waiting. The ground trembles faintly. Not rain yet, only wind moving through the grass. But sooner or later, the water will return, and it will be here when that happens.